Oh, so we're just dead. Okay, well.
There is evil in the world that cannot be seen, and someone must defeat it.
Alright then.
Mission objective clear. Eradicate all ghosts in military base. 23%.
Why do I feel like they fake endinged us?
Proceed.
Like, there's no possibility of them not fake ending us, right? Holy shit, are we gonna play as as RoboCop? We're fucking RoboCop. Alrighty then, well, that's this is certainly something. Don't worry, Lazarus, I'm coming, boy. I will save you. I get my big robot ass to come help. Well, whichever way my big robot ass needs to walk to save you. Fortunately, he's also kind of slow. And nothing down that way, so I guess we can just kind of go to the right. However we get up here. Maybe there's like ghosts and shit to the right. If we had the big robot chain gunning cyborg before, why didn't we just activate this thing sooner? Like, am I the dumb one for thinking that would be a smart option? Like, it seems like this would be a really smart option to activate the chain gunning cyborg of death. But hey, what do I know? I'm just the guy fucking playing the game. Damn, this elevator certainly doesn't have a weight limit. Let's see, we went probably... Honestly, I have no idea which way we went. I'm just talking out my ass. Where you at? I'll blast the shit out of you. Prepare to be annihilated. Oh damn, his grenades are just like hit scan. They just go. What the hell? Is this thing just gonna keep going in the circle? Yeah, whatever. It's not like the robot really gives a shit anyways. Maybe this part is just supposed to make you feel like a badass or something, I don't know. Personally, it just feels like a big clunky fucking robot, but that's just me. Okay, don't mind me, I'm just dropping in. This part is just so weird, like... Like, the robot honestly feels kind of shit. I don't know, he just controls all kinds of fucked up. And his aiming is basically dependent on first-person mode. But the problem is the ghosts like to move around a shit ton too, so first-person mode is like really shit. And these guys have the ultimate tactic of going to my ass. I also can't pick up health, apparently. I guess that makes sense considering I'm a goddamn robot, but at the same time, it's like... What? they just gonna perpetually keep coming? Because if so, I'm peacing out. Like, fuck this noise. Y'all can eat a dick. I'm out. I ain't about to sit around trying to shoot at you for 3.5 hours. Also, I still think I might be right in the fact that his name is Lazarus and he's gonna come back from the dead, and that shit's gonna be on the nose as fuck. Oh, hey, Professor, what are you doing here?
Aren't you resourceful? It is strange to meet one's maker. Stranger still to find that he is worthless. What do you want? From you? I want You're nothing. Nothing but a bug-ridden...
The giant robot that can't do shit, calling the professor worthless.
Reflection. Yet it is you that has betrayed everything. Shut up! Everything I was built for. Everything you stood for. No human could have endured what I went through. The voices, the darkness, the torture. No programming will help you understand any of that. I simply couldn't take any more. Analyzing. Self-justification. Self-pity. Fact. You led Officer Jones to his death. Incontestable inference. You are a murderer.
Damn. Cold as fucking ice, that guy.
Officer Jones may be dead, but his mission is alive. No, come back. You have to help me. I made you. You can help me escape. If I had a master, he is dead. Goodbye, Professor.
Holy shit.
It has been...
This man is just fucking ice cold.
Wait.
He just totally pieced out on that motherfucker. Like, see ya, bitch. I'm kind of curious. I had to know. Like, it was a necessity. If I had a master, he's dead. And I'm gonna make fucking sure he is. I just had to do it. There's some morbid curiosity that happens sometimes, and your brain just says, you know what? There's a checkpoint. Oh god, now I'm all the way back here again. Well, I guess I'll get back to the professor and then be on with it. Hell, it's honestly easier just to walk through all these parts without even thinking about shooting ghosts. By the time they start spawning, you're already out of the room. We're almost back to the professor though, and then I can insult him some more and then be done. Yep, don't even care. You're not even worth the cutscene anymore. Time to go. Gotta go save Lazarus. Because I'm sure he'll come back from the dead. It's kind of in his name. Because why not be that on the nose? In case anyone doesn't know, the biblical story of Lazarus, yeah, Jesus kind of brings him back from the dead. So I kind of figured since the beginning of this that they would be very on the nose with the fact that his name is Lazarus and literally bring him back from the dead. So looks like my guess wasn't wrong, because he's technically dead right now. And I can only assume they are going to bring him back. So, guess we'll find out how true that is. And I honestly don't remember the path that I took in this damn lab to get to where Lazarus is. Like, I know I need to get to him, but I don't remember where the fuck I went to get there. Maybe I just had to stop by to tell the professor, hey, by the way, you're a piece of shit, flip him on the bird while I walked out. So now I need to go back to, like, the elevator. walked all the way down here to just be like, Professor, you suck. And then walk out. Maybe now I can do like this elevator, or walk to the end of this hallway and break the damn ceiling again. I don't know, the robot is really weird and really slow. Like, I appreciate the fact that we get to play as a big-ass cyborg robot, but at the same time, you could have made him not slow as fucking molasses. Like, this man needs a tune-up or something. He is slower than shit. So I can't do anything in the hall there. I've already tried this elevator and it didn't open. Maybe there was something over here? I don't know. I was here before, but maybe I can like take the elevator or something. That'd be weird as fuck, but I don't think this big-ass robot would be able to take the lift at the end of this hall, but hey, weirder things have happened. Or maybe he'll just break it. It's always an option too, I guess. Yeah, I didn't figure that would work, but I also figured, screw it, it would probably look funny if it did. To see a 20-ton robot sitting there on a fucking lift. Probably has like a 2,000-pound weight limit. And this big bastard just rolls up, sits on it, and sends himself up. Oh, there's nothing at the end of the hall. Is there like something I can do in here? Am I gonna go through the floor if I go to the middle? Or can I like bust through the glass? Ah, cutscene. I see. It makes sense now. Oh yeah, they're totally gonna Lazarus his ass. Look, Lazarus, you're dead. And you move like K now. You fishy swimming bastard. Too bad you can't possess yourself. What do I need to do in here? Do I need to like free K from up here, or? Wouldn't think that I could. At least not in ghost form. Or can I like go down here? No? There's only so much I can do in this room, I would think. Or do I need to go up the tube? Yeah? Apparently I can go up the tube. A little strange, but it works. Wonder if I'll be able to talk to Kay, since she's, you know, a ghost. I'm a ghost. We're ghosts is. This is some strange shit, though. We're definitely dead. So I wonder how that's gonna work. Like, I get that they can probably bring him back, but he's still got a bullet lodged in, like, one of his lungs, I would assume. At least, you would think so. Where am I going here? Where do I want to go here? I don't know. I really don't know where I want to go here. Do I want to meet Cyborg? Well, there's the professor. Hey, asshole! You killed me! Just wanted to let you know. Piece of shit. Maybe we have to go find the cyborg. If I can see where he's at anyways. I don't know what floor he would be on. Wouldn't he be on the same floor as the professor? I was just in the room with him. I would think that he would be on the same floor as the professor. Because we didn't go up or down whenever he was smack talking him. But who knows? Maybe they're sending me wherever to find Kay or something. I don't know. This is quite the journey we are going on here, though. I have no idea where the hell we're really going, but apparently we can go somewhere. Well, we're out of the tube. That's a checkpoint, so we're maybe going the right way. Yeah, there's a cyborg too. Jesus Christ. Like, Professor, you're a murderer. By the way, I'm gonna put a fucking 1,000 rounds in Lazarus's undead skull. That'll show that asshole to be dead.
This is what it has all been about, Lazarus. The resurrection machine, at last.
And there's Astro, look. Hey!
Holy shit, he can talk.
That is Kate Heller.
What's this thing do?
Step inside and I'll tell you.
The world is full of ghosts, Lazarus. Every man that is killed before his allotted time becomes one. No moving on into the next life, and they, or should I say you, simply wander forever watching your life progress, unable to intervene, a frustrating existence. The professor learned that some extremely powerful spirits were capable of intervening in human affairs, and with those he encountered, the intervention was nearly always malevolent. He also suspected that a process of decay could be traced. His theory was that after a period spanning centuries of human existence, all ghosts diminished to non-sentient monsters, but simply they stopped existing. You see, he came across none from truly ancient times. From all this, you will appreciate the importance attached to this machine. Its purpose is to return the ghost to a living human form.
Gets my vote.
So Hawksmoor's been around for a while.
It would appear that Astro is crucial to the machine's operation. I cannot predict the full consequences of doing so, but as you wish to live again, our only option is to use the machine. Perhaps reversal of everything we have fought for, but the only logical course of action.
You don't hear me arguing. Let's do it.
Yeah, this isn't very on the nose for naming him Lazarus. This is literally punching someone in the face subtle. Also, nice inverted pentagram. Very evil. Oh, we're gonna piss him off?
The machine.
Holy hell. He can actually toss him? Like, damn. Oh, hey, we're alive again. Nice.
I'm alive. I lost my second sight.
Oh, so now we can't see him.
Where?
I don't know.
Are We're gonna have to fight this guy the entire time and he's gonna be dead?
Oh no.
Oh, he's gonna revive himself and then we're gonna have to fight him. I mean, if he brings himself back to life, we can always shoot him in the face.
It's the moment you love, worm boy. What's going through your mind now? A bullet.
So, what about Kate? Like, is she just boned forever? Wait, what the fuck? Oh, shit. Oh, we have infinite ammo with it too, and the blasts look bigger. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't do that floating towards me shit. Damn. The professor really souped these things up. Now it's just like a super ghost shredder vacuum thing. Well, I don't even have the grenade anymore. We just need to blast these guys, I guess. Our beams travel like a little slower now, though, which is kind of weird. Yeah, they're like very slow. We're not even capturing them anymore. I guess we're just killing them. Also, where the hell is Steel in all of this? She was down here with us. Oh, hello. I guess we're not bothering with the whole capturing the ghosts thing. We're just gonna blast them until they don't exist. I guess this is like our lasso. Which that's cool, whatever. I mean, if we have two weapons in one, that's perfectly fine. Get the fuck out of the way, Hawksmoor. It's just floating into the floor right in front of me. Piss off, asshole. I kind of wish that we had Kate to fight with, though. That would be much cooler. Like, I want to fight with Kate. She's been with us since the beginning, so I mean, it only makes sense that she helps us defeat Hawksmoor. Now, if only these guys could stop moving so much. They like to move a lot. And if they tried to attack me more, like come up to me and attack, like instead of running the entire room's distance away, where I need to hit them with this fucking beam attack, be much preferable. I would prefer them trying to attack me, honestly, because this shit is kind of annoying. Where they're 500 feet away. Very hard to track with a beam with no aim assist. Honestly, not really sure what Hawksmoor is trying to do here either. He doesn't really hurt me or anything. He's just like kind of floating around the room doing whatever. There's nothing up above. And now we got the giant jellyfish assholes. Who apparently can't do anything if I've got this beam focused on them. Which that's cool, whatever. don't really have to worry about much then in the ways of them hitting me. At least one of them hitting me. I honestly can't tell how much the beam does. Seems like the laser shots do more. Oh, hello, teddies. Yeah, he's just kind of sending all the old enemies at me. Something tells me we don't even have to worry about Hawksmoor, we just have to worry about all the damn little ghosts. It's kind of like the boss gauntlet. And it's not too bad, honestly. This gun kind of kicks ass. I am pretty used to using the pulse rifle anyways. I kind of like the pulse rifle. Or damn teddy bears. Out of the way, you fluffy bastards. Ain't got time for your shit. Gotta defeat a bird. Oh, what you gotta do? Float at me? Gnaw my ankles? Send more of your ghost chihuahuas? Bitch. It's kind of weird the whole time we're like worrying about capturing ghosts, and now it's just like, fuck it. Blast them. Like we're just full annihilating them. Which I would assume ghosts are just like the soul in this game. So we're just like forever condemning people to non-existence instead of like an afterlife. So that's kind of fucked up. But then again, they've done the same for me whenever I died, so fuck them. You summoned anything else, Hawksmoor? You just gonna dilly-dally around like a bitch? Oh, wait, there it is. I don't know why these guys are so hard for me to see. Like, they're probably one of the easiest enemies to see, but at the same time, I'm blind. I don't know. Like, for some reason, they're the ones that sneak up on me the most. And I have no idea why, because it's not like they're invisible or anything. They're not even really hard to see. Like, they just seem to get behind me the most. Okay, well, we're just gonna not trap ourselves on the bridge there while everything is trying to murder us. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure the security guards are still chasing me because I hear their jangly asses behind me. So we're gonna get rid of them first because the ghosts in the sky can't really hit shit. At least not well. And now we'll deal with the ghosts that are shooting plasma blasts and shit at us. Or ectoplasm blasts, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Ghost jizz, for all I care. They're shooting shit at us. They're trying to slime us. Anything else, Hawksmoor? This Professor Snape looking ass? You and me, bitch. You are a fast-moving boy. You do not like sitting still at all. However, that plasma blast just took out like half of your damn health. Oh, okay, well, see ya. He's just fucking gone. Just fell down the shaft. Alright. Bye. He's out. Oh no, not cyborg friend. Although he's an AI, so I'm sure he'll be fine as long as we keep his core or something.
No. Professor, shh. Professor, I have one useful function remaining. Look. Zero dot. We can
Oh. Huh. How does that work if we use it? Because it destroys the ghosts, but we're also here. So does it destroy our ghosts? Or are our ghosts safe because we're living? Like, how does that work?
Don't worry, he's alive. What about Kate? I got her. Come on, I can help you. Go, I'll be right behind you.
Like, I'm really curious, would that kill him too if he uses it?
Are you still toying with forces you do not understand? You can never bring this to an end.
It's okay. I'm a weak man, a civilian, I have too many scruples. You may want to cover your ears.
So that was almost like a semi-annoyed no. It's like, no, stop! Don't push the button! Don't end all ghost life! Oh shit, we made it.
The professor? You don't think he made it?
I don't know what to think.
I'm pretty sure that man is dead.
What?
At least if the zero bomb, like, destroys ghosts.
What?
Nothing. It's not funny. I don't know why I'm laughing. I was just thinking about filing my report.
Oh, God.
I'm not sure where to start.
Don't start then. No one's gonna believe it anyway.
We didn't find shit. Report over.
What do you think we should do?
Pretend it never happened.
It never happened.
Yep. That's how I'd do it. We did not find shit. End report. Although I still wonder about Kate.
Just gotta think of a good reason for being about 3 days late.
Make it a good excuse. You may need to use it again. You sure you're finished with all that stuff in there?
Yeah, this real world will do me just fine. Homicide,
Something tells me there's gonna be some cliffhangery shit.
Illegal parking, noisy neighbors, dog fouling. Hey, it's a jungle out here, partner.
You know, back there, you shot me. You killed me.
And your point is...
Took you to a shop.
What?
Need a partner who can do the job we want.
Like, yeah, I shot and killed you. What about it? Like, damn. What the hell? Okay, but if it's over, that leaves so many questions. Like, what happened to Kate? What does the zero bomb actually do? And how big is the explosion? What about the council that Hawksmoor was, like, you know, serving? What about, like, all of the other ghost realms? Like, did we catch all the ghosts? Like, why were we catching the ghosts if the zero bomb was an option all along? Like, there's just so many questions. Like, if the zero bomb existed, why didn't the professor just set that shit off in the beginning? Like, just end it right away. Like, the biggest thing I want to know is what happened to Kate. Like, where is Kate? I know she was in the machine, but is she dead? She was technically alive, right? So did the zero bomb kill her? Or is she still alive? Like, is the professor dead? Like, what does the zero bomb do to living people? Does it kill them? Like, they turn into ghosts when they die, right? If their time wasn't up. So, if their time wasn't up, like their predetermined time wasn't up, and they set off the zero bomb, does that just eliminate all possibility of them becoming a ghost after they die? Does it kill them and their ghost? Like, what happens with the zero bomb? And as for Kate, like, is she dead? Is she alive? Like, was she... She's a ghost, right? The professor even said, like, literally his sentence was, her lifeless body. Like, that to me implies she died. And she's a ghost. But everyone's like, no, she's alive. But she had a lifeless body that was technically dead. But she's alive. Like, what am I missing there? Like, is she dead? And honestly, the ending kind of, I don't know, it just kind of rubs me the wrong way, because we've had Kate since the beginning, right? Like, I want Kate to help me take down Hawksmoor. Like, somehow, some way, I want Kate to help me with Hawksmoor. Like, even if she's the one that ends the machine or something. Also, they spelled crocodile. Redneck crocodile, not crocodile. Oh, they're gonna kill me. But yeah, I wanted Kate to help me in the end. Like, I wanted Kate to be there to help me take down Hawksmoor. Like, we've had Kate since the beginning. She's a part of this team. She doesn't talk, but she's obviously there. I want Kate to help take down the end boss. Not Steel, who apparently was there, but fucked off to some random corner with her gun to, I don't know, mess around or some shit. So me and Steel get guns to take down Hawksmoor, but then, you know, we don't, like, Steel's not there and Kate's stuck in the machine, so she can't help. But I wanted Kate to help because Kate was there since the beginning. Like, it wasn't a bad game. There was some glitchiness and like some jankery, but it wasn't bad. Like, I liked it. It had a good story going for it, but it just leaves so many questions that it's like, it's going to kill me that it never really answered them. Unless there's like an after credits. I wanted something more explained. Like, I know there's leaving things to the imagination, but I want to know more for my imagination, essentially. Like, what does the Zero Bomb do to a living person? The AI, I assume, is just gone, but he was still technically there. Like, he's not dead, I guess. What happens to Kate? Was she technically dead? Was she alive? Like, is she a ghost? Is she not a ghost? Is she just an astral projection? Like, is her physical body dead? Like, how does Kate work with the Lazarus revival machine? Like, how is she the one that powers it? Like, I get it, she's a living body with a ghost thing going on. Like, they said lifeless body, so I assume it's her dead fucking corpse and her ghost form powering it. Like, how does that work? Why was Lazarus just able to hop in that son of a bitch and be brought back to life? Besides the fact that I don't know, his name is Lazarus, so I guess they had to bring him back somehow. But, like, it just leaves so much that I want to know, like... And I know there's never going to be a sequel, like there never was, because this game is 20 years old at this point, but it's just, I want to know. Like, there's so many things, so many questions going through my head. Like, I get Lazarus freed the ghosts. I get that we had to capture ghosts. I get that, what's-his-face, Richmond Brook was part of this super secret program, ended up being tortured by Hawksmoor. That's why he betrayed us, because he wanted to be free of that shit. But what the fuck was going on with the revival machine and Kate being dead alive and zero bombs and all this other stuff that was introduced at the end? And then I guess just happened and that's it? Like, there's just so many questions that I want to be answered, or at least have something to them. Like, I just want to know the answers to these questions, but I know it's not going to happen. And I know I can use my imagination, but there's just more to them that I would have liked. Like, I was getting into the story. I was liking it. I wanted to find out what happened to Kate. I wanted to find out more about Richmond, Brooke, whatever. I found out more about Brooke and Richmond, like both them, and then I found out more about Kate Heller or Astral. Like, that was going good. And then they introduced the Zero Bomb, like Deus Ex Machina that shit in at the end, and we're just like, yeah, we're gonna use it. You don't know what it does. All they said is that it eradicates ghosts. Like, but does that kill Kate and the professor? And then by that time, Lazarus and Steele jump through the portal, and it's just like, yeah, we're not gonna question that. Like, fuck it, we didn't find anything. Like, we're never gonna know. Like, it feels like they tried to set up a sequel in a way that they could, but at the same time, they set it up in such a way that it left too many questions instead of answers in their place. Like, what? I just keep going back and forth, but it's like, what does the Zero Bomb do? Like, what happened to Kate? Why couldn't we fight Hawksmoor with Kate, since she was there since the beginning? I don't give a fuck about fighting him with Steele. Steele was just kidnapped since the beginning. I wanted to save Steele with Kate. Like, that would have been a much better, preferable ending for me, as Kate happens to live, like, even if she's stuck in the machine, like, Lazarus said, I've got her, so is she alive? Like, I don't know. Like, it ends really abruptly weird, like, and I assume Kate is alive, but at the same time, I wanted her to be with Lazarus, like, at least show her at the end or something, be like, I don't know, floating in the background. She can't talk, so it's not like she's like, yeah, I'm here. Even though Lazarus could talk when he was dead, so it's like, not sure why Kate can't. I guess they probably just didn't want to hire another voice actor if you want to get logical with it, but I don't know. Like, honestly, I'd say it was like a 7 out of 10. Like, it wasn't bad. There were some jank parts and some parts that weren't really, like, super well explained, and some things that I just overlooked, so I can't really fault the game at those points. Like, it's a game from 2003. I can't really be like, yeah, it was fucking dog shit. Like, the map designs and all of that, the aiming system's weird as fuck. Like, no, this was back whenever games were still trying to get their pacing, their, like, stories. They were trying to get the aiming systems down. Like, 3D had just come around. It was probably like barely 5 to 6, 7 years old at this point. So they were still kind of ironing out all of the little shit. Like, they'd gotten a majority of it down, but they were still ironing, like, at that point. And then Half-Life 2 came out, and everybody kind of just followed that. But that was like another year after the fact. So I can't really fault it for a lot of that stuff, but I can fault it for its story. Like, you need better explanations on, like, what is happening, what's doing. Like, the ending needed to be a little stronger. I would have liked to fight Hawksmoor with Kate, since she was like she was more of our partner than Steele. Like, we didn't use Kate that much in the story, like maybe 6, 7, 8 times throughout the entire game. But Kate was there more than Steele. And Steele wasn't even there at the end. Like, I would have liked to fight Hawksmoor with Kate. That would have just made it feel better to me. But they didn't do that. So it's kind of like, I have to fault it on that, in my opinion. Like, if I have a partner in a game and I build a relationship with them, I want to fight the final boss or whatever. I want to face the adversity with them. Like, you have a partner in a game and you start getting more and more attached to them as you go. You want to fight things with them. Like, you want to face things with that partner. You want to come through it with that partner. But then they strip your partner away, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, they can strip your partner away and then you need to save them. That's whatever. If Hawksmoor had that first part, and then we freed Kate, and then fought like a second form of Hawksmoor, that would have been preferable, like, is all I'm saying. So I kind of dock it on something like that, because this entire time, Kate and Lazarus have been together the entire time, fighting together. She is literally the reason that he can see ghosts, but then at the end, they cut out Kate because she's trapped in the machine, which is kind of shitty. Like, why can't we fight with Kate? Like, why can't we use her to possess ghosts to fight Hawksmoor? Or why can't we use her to charm, I don't know, howlers to fight or attack Hawksmoor? Or why can't we just use her warp ability to be able to, like, go through a labyrinth with Lazarus to get to Hawksmoor? Or anything in particular like that. Like, Kate gets 5 different really weird, unique abilities in the Revenant form, the Possession, the Warp ability, the Poltergeist ability, and the Charm, but we don't get to use any of those with her. And honestly, a lot of her abilities, we didn't really get to use a whole lot anyways. Like, the Revenant form, we used a little bit, like, probably one of the more used ones. We used Possession a decent bit, and then we used Poltergeist a lot. But we never used the Warp ability that much, or the Charm ability. I think there's one instance for both of those where we used them. But Howlers just, like, stopped existing after the first Ghost Town. Like, we didn't use Charm after that point that I can think of. And we didn't use Warp more than, like, one time to get us out of the attic area in the haunted dollhouse. Like, it was really strange that we used it like that one time and then never again. I don't know, it just feels really weird to have that be an ability to use, like, once. I feel like it was just kind of something that somebody thought up and then forgot about. I don't know, like, it's weird. Another thing I would have liked, make the cyborg, like, basically an ungodly killing machine. Like, at the end, I think they were trying to go for, you're the big badass and you're going to take out a shit ton of ghosts on your way to the final fight where you have to fight tooth and nail. But the cyborg was so fucking clunky that it was almost stupid how bad it was. Like, the cyborg was terrible. Aiming with him in first person was bad, but the ghosts literally just stuck to my ass after I go into first person and I couldn't do anything. Like, I couldn't turn quick enough to do shit. And it was just goofy as fuck, like, the entire time. Like, you could not do anything against the ghosts because they were stuck on your ass as the cyborg. Like, that entire section just felt like, I'm just going to walk through everything and hope that nothing's hitting me in the ass. There was also other parts like fighting the warden with the professor. Like, I figured he's going to be helping me with the fight or something, but he's just, like, running back and forth. I almost thought it was a glitch. Like, I did think it was a glitch. Like, I thought that I would need to fight the warden with him because, well, he's there and we want to, you know, fight with him. But then he's just running back and, like, he was weirdly programmed to just run back and forth for some reason in the corner. Like, I don't know what the hell was going on with that. I don't know why. Like, to me, it felt like he was literally broken. But the fight still worked. But it worked, and I thought it was broken because of the professor's actions. Like, I don't know who programmed that, but that was the weirdest jank shit I have seen in quite a while. Like, I feel like they programmed it to make the professor stay out of the way and not get caught on things or, like, trip Lazarus up or the warden, but it makes it feel like it's broken. Like, that fight is just broken as shit, and I don't know why, but I wanted to laugh and cry at the same time after I figured that I could just shoot the generators. Like, I got that the generators were helping the warden, and I got that they were healing him, but I would shot at them before, but they didn't seem to take any damage, which is honestly usually a problem in older games. There's no real feedback to stuff getting damaged, like no sparks flying off, no smoke coming out, no damage details. So that's kind of just how old games work. That can be faulted to me. But at the same time, like, the way that the professor was doing it, and the no feedback on damaging the generators, except whenever I shot them with a grenade launcher like 2 or 3 times. Like, if the professor just didn't jank in the corner, I feel like it would have been a lot better. Like, have him, I don't know, just somewhere, like, have him running around in circles or something, screaming like, "You can shoot the generators, keep going," or something. Like, not just running back and forth at the door, like glitching out on the wall. That looked so fucking weird. Like, it's just messing with my brain, making me think this fight is broken. Like, it was just so... It was so intensely messing with me that I couldn't get over it. Like, as for other things, since I'm being so negative, like, I want to be positive. Like, the gun selection was cool. I liked that. You had the pulse rifle, you had the grenade launcher, you had the smoke grenades, you had the lasso, you had the shotgun, you had the sniper rifle, you had all of this stuff. Like, the aiming was a little wonky, but I got used to it, and it was okay. Like I said, I described it as having to do your taxes before you can aim at an enemy, which is true. Like, going through 3 steps to aim a sniper rifle is kind of something unheard of these days. Like, people would lose their shit if they had to do 3 steps to aim a sniper rifle, more often than not. But it wasn't that bad, and the gun selection was varied enough and weird enough to where it was kind of cool. Like, we had the pulse rifle, which was like our lesser option of all of the long guns, but still old reliable. The Glock I literally never used unless I had to interact with objects. I'm pretty sure that's all it was good for. Because shooting an enemy with it, it didn't take like shit off of their health bars. The shotgun, good for big bastards. Really nice. Good to have. The grenade launcher, I don't know if that thing is just janky as fuck, but it had grenades flying through the floors, and half the time that thing did not go where I aimed it, I felt. So, I'm just going to leave that at that. The sniper rifle, really good at distance enemies. Just could have done with a click the right stick to aim it. That would have solved all the problems with it. Like, other than that, perfectly okay weapon. Wouldn't change a thing about it. Loved the lasso. It was basically like the flamethrower. Like, it could have done with some less OP stun locking on the warden. I don't know. It just felt like it broke that fight. But that's more of the weapon itself kind of having its own issue. But if they fixed that, then I feel like it would have been in a good place. What else? Boss types and stuff. I found them pretty cool. Like, there was Kraken. Literally became the Kraken. It was really fucking weird. What was her name? The Montfords, I think they were called. The mom and son duo that we captured the mom with the double-barreled, started running with the little redneck girl, and then the alligator spit out the kid. Like, I was not expecting that. That shit was hilarious. Like, in the moment, I was so shocked. Like, the alligator just barfs up the dude, and he uses the alligator as his arm. I was literally just shocked at that point. I did not know what to do. Like, that shit was so goofy and so strange that I just kind of had to sit there in awe and think, what the actual hell am I playing? And I love when games do that to me. And then later on, we had to make the alligator fight the kid. Like, the grown ass, giant Frankenstein looking ass dude. And they fought each other because we couldn't hurt them, but they could hurt each other. And I thought that was clever and just goofy. Then later on, we had different ghost types. We had the Revenant, we had the Howler, we had the Poltergeists, we had the floating generic goofy ghost bastards, like dark ones, red ones, blue ones, green ones, whatever. They were like the filler guys, so it works. They had different colors. There were different varieties of the flying bastards. Then we had Lazarus's writing, we had the AI's writing, we had Steele and Lazarus's banter, we had Kate, who literally couldn't talk but still could shit talk and slap around Lazarus like it was no tomorrow. Like, Lazarus was everybody's punching bag, but he works because he's a cocky shit too. Like, I like the writing in it because everyone is kind of just like dicks, but at the same time, they all have their own charm for being dicks. Like, Hawksmoor is probably the most suave guy in the entire thing. And even still, he likes dicking around with people. Like, he flat out just tortures the professor the entire time. The professor is just like, Lazarus, you're a fucking idiot, whenever he first meets him, and from that point onward. Lazarus, he's an asshole, but he's charming. Like, he's not a complete dick. Like, he cares. He met the ghost girl of Frank what was his name? Frank I forget his last name now, and I've heard it like 16 times because of that fight. But he met the guy's daughter, he saw her, and he didn't wisecrack. Like, he just flat out said, that is the saddest thing I have ever seen, but I have to go. Like, he can be an asshole, but he can also be caring. Like, that's how this whole thing went about. Whenever he and Steele were first in the school, it was, I need to save my partner. Like, I will do anything to save my partner because it's what I do. Like, he's not a dick. He is an asshole. Like, he can be an asshole, but he's not so much of an asshole where he's just going to give up his humanity to just say, fuck that person. Like, I'm not trying to save him. He does have his moments, though, like with Junior in the swamp. He's not above being childish in the fact that Junior punched him in the face, so he punched him back in the face before he left. Like, yeah, he deserved that. Like, he had his moment of, I got the shit kicked out of me by you, I'm going to punch you once and then I'm going to leave. Like, he didn't overdo it, though. He punched the man who punched him, like, rightfully deserved, and he left. He helps the little girls out, the little girl in the swamp, he helps her out by saving her from the shotgun lady. He helps the little girl out be happy by bringing her a teddy bear. Like, he feels that, you know, he feels emotional for her. Like, he says it's sad. Like, he's not just going to wisecrack. Like, even whenever we're in the haunted house with the little girl in the cage, he's trying to figure out her story, like when she died, the whole crocodile eating her, all of that. And he doesn't wisecrack about it. He just helps them out and then goes about his way. Like, he still feels. He's not just a wisecracker who just throws out things because he can. Like, he has emotion. That's good. Like, I like the character of Lazarus. He's human enough to be, you know, the good guy, essentially. Then you have the professor and the ghosts. I figured the ghosts were like trying to avoid something inevitable, which was the case. They were trying to avoid their inevitable non-existence, essentially. Like, yeah, it sucks for them, but at the same time, they kind of just needed to pass on, in a way. I mean, they're the ones clinging to life, trying to come back to life. But at the same time, like, their time is done. They need to pass on. Like, you can't just keep clinging to life. They've been doing it for hundreds of years. Like, the dude is from medieval, basically 400 years ago kind of times. He's old as hell, essentially. He's wearing a night suit. Like, he's an old bastard, but he's still clinging on to life and trying to keep going. Like, the whole setting overall, it was really cool. Like, it's just two officers trying to go in, figure out why the hell the construction crews are going crazy. Like, they're hearing things, they're seeing things, they're just not having a good time. And they're going in to try and solve what's happening. And by the end of it, you explore the school, you find the old machine. The professor's been doing jank shit with a jukebox for the front of the machine. Like, I like the machine's design. It's literally a jukebox for the control panel. Like, what's not to like? Then you go to a redneck ghost town. You go to a crazy ass haunted doll mansion in the redneck ghost town. You go to a British warship from World War II to take on a Kraken, who is also a guy that was stabbed by the ship's captain because he mutinied for the dagger of Poseidon that he was carrying because he figured they would kill them. So he inadvertently caused his own death by being crazy about the dagger, like superstitious. So fucking weird but awesome, just insane setting. I liked the British ship. Then we saw the Warden Island, which also had a junkyard on it for some reason, which whatever. I mean, I'll suspend my disbelief because we literally went through a mansion that was also like torture chambers and quite literally hell at one point. Like, I'm pretty sure we descended directly into hell at one point or another. And then we went to the secret underground ghost military facility. Like, those four settings are just bizarre. Like, we start in a school, we go to a ghost town, then we ended up at, like, the haunted mansion in the swamp area. Like, just, it's so weird going from one of these locations to another, but it works because we have a portal machine. Like, I don't even know if we were traveling through time. I don't know if we were just traveling through distance. Like, it's so freaking strange, but it works because you can suspend your disbelief in the fact that we are hunting ghosts at the same time, and we have a portal generator that lets us teleport to different locations to fight ghosts. Like, I love the location things that do that. Like, it kind of reminds me of like Time Splitters, where you're just, 1 minute you're on Mars, the other you're in a haunted mansion fighting a fucking moose head that comes out of the wall, like fighting off zombies with a girl, an emo girl. Like, that shit, it reminds me of that. And I love Time Splitters. Like, it's just all over the place, but it makes sense for what it is. Like, it doesn't make sense in how, but it makes sense for what. Like, we're ghost hunters. We have portal technology. We can do this because we have portal technology. We end up in these weird locations because portal technology. Like, it's all explained in the fact that we have a teleporter machine. Like, we can do that because we have it. Like, does it need more explanation? Maybe. Does it absolutely need more explanation? No. Like, it works. Like, you know, you have a portal machine. Like, that's how it works. You go there because you have a fucking portal machine. Like, that's just how it goes. Like I said, overall, it would be like a 7.5. Like, the game isn't bad. The combat's good enough. As soon as you get over the jankery of the aiming mode and running around mode, it's not bad. Like, it's literally just a toggle aim, and it switches some of the movement controls. The downside, I would say, is first person not letting you move. So I've literally found first person crippling, so I would never use it. Unless I was using like the sniper rifle, of course, which in that case, it's basically a necessity. But they should have made first person where you could move. That was one of the downsides. Like, other than that, combat, perfectly okay. Very fluid. Very easy to do. Switching weapons was okay. They had the wheel with all of the weapons. Like, there was absolutely no issue with me switching weapons in mid-combat by hitting L1 and finding the weapon that I wanted. Like, that was super simple. I would have liked Kay to have been a little faster. That would have just sped things up. Because she's so slow and so, like, swimming through molasses terribly slow that it just felt like she took forever to do anything. And if you needed to go back somewhere or anywhere, it took her like 30 plus seconds of moving to get out of a room even. It was pretty terrible. Like, they should have definitely sped her up just a bit, like 50%, maybe even double. Like, it felt bad if you went somewhere and you're like, oh shit, I need to go here. Like, it felt like a slog to get her from one location to another. Like, that could have used improvement. I never really found a use for the goggles either, but that's just another complaint with first person not being able to move. If I could move in first person, I would have probably used the goggles more. Like, using the grenade, it felt lenient enough to use to throw it. At the same time, the grenades felt kind of weird. Like, I feel like there should have just been a automatic capture function after weakening the ghosts enough. But it did feel good to have the tactical feedback of throwing the grenade and knowing that you did it. So honestly, that can stay the same. Like, it's no problem. I liked throwing the grenade. Like, you could attach it to an enemy, see their health bar, all of that. Like, you know that you captured the ghost when you throw the grenade, so it was perfectly acceptable. I would have liked more puzzly kind of sections at certain things. Like, there was the minecart thing. That was okay. With the whole possessing the driller guy, drop rocks into the minecart, fix the minecart tracks to end up crashing into the bottom so Lazarus can clamber on top of it. That was okay. Figuring out the possessing the revenant in the jail thing, I liked that. That was pretty cool. Even if I forgot to smash down the fucking visitation area windows, like, that was on me, so I'm completely at fault at that, but I like that puzzle. Collecting all the items for the little girl at the end of the prison section, that was pretty cool. There were certain sections that could have used a little bit of improvement, like a little bit different ways of doing it. Like the ship section where we blew the walls out, and then I had K that I could use to search around. K's section was okay, but I'm talking like the section back before where you could go back there and get a ghost orb and a health orb. I feel like there should have been more, because you're traveling back like a minute and a half going through all of these obstacles and shit to go into that room for a health orb and a ghost orb. Like, that's dog shit. Terrible. Like, there should have been shotgun shells. There should have been something else in that room. Like, even just put a note in that room to make it worth it to go back. Like, Professor's Diary, so-and-so entry. Like, boom. You made that room a lot more worth it than a health orb. Like, I didn't even need the health orb. I just wanted to check the room to make sure it was where I needed to go. That kind of thing. But if you're going to make rooms like that, you need to make them worth it. Like, you need to make it worth the trek. You need to make it do something. And I would have also liked to see difficulty levels in this game, but it just didn't have them whenever I went to it. Like, I selected new game, and that was it. Like, you select new game, you're in the game. Like, there is no difficulty level. It's just, boom, that's what it is. There was also some weird scaling kind of thing going on. Like, I never really had a problem with any of the ghost fights until I got to the end. And then there were those guys that were doing like 5 damage a pop and rapidly just draining my health. They got me once because I just wasn't expecting it. Because every other ghost in the game, they can aim worth a shit and they can't really hit that hard. But then you get to those guys and they were like pinpoint and wouldn't stop firing. on repeat. They were like rapid fire, just 5, 5, 5, 5, and before you know it, you're just dead. Like, that was kind of crazy, just the ramp up in difficulty with those guys. I don't know why. There was only like one room, but it was just those ghost soldiers that just suddenly dealt like a shitload of damage. Even the British minigun guys didn't do that much. I mean, they would still do that much, but they didn't do a ton. But overall, the rest of the game, really fun. Like, I enjoyed it. It was good. I'm glad I played it. I'm glad I got it. I'm glad I experienced it. Like, would I play it again? Sure, maybe eventually, but probably not for a little while. I usually like to play things again whenever I forget a lot about them so I can re-experience it. But it was really fun. Like 7.5. Would I recommend playing it? Sure, if you can find a copy. I'm sure it's a little bit harder to find. I just happened to stumble upon it whenever I was in the game store one day. But other than that, I'd recommend trying it. Like, give it a shot. Like, it's not a bad game. But other than that, as I've said for the 6th time, you can let me know what you guys think, and have a good one.